all of which is natural and no reason to punish the person who lives it to feel as if broken because of how, yeah, totally. We don't have to understand, just respect it. Well, I think, I do think that, but we did talk about this with the mimes. And if you go to my YouTube channel, the mimes, that tolerance versus acceptance, right? Tolerance versus acceptance versus integration. So we might tolerate, but not accept. We might accept, but not integrate. And we might integrate, but not necessarily belong. That statement right there didn't suck. On the far end, we might have intolerance. I just don't like you. I don't want you around. I don't, respect it. Bleep off. Then we have tolerance, right? I don't like it. I don't accept it. I will tolerate it. Okay, if I have to, I'll deal with it. I'll tolerate it, but that's it. Accept. You know what? Not only will I tolerate it, but I'll accept that you are here, right? And so I will respect it, whatever it is. Being a mime, right? Doesn't matter. From intolerant to tolerate to accept to include. So not only will I accept that this exists, I'll include those, that belong to whatever the this is, right? I'll include. I'll seek to bring in. I'll seek to engage. But still kind of maintain a feeling of a sense of distance. To belong, where it's not just inclusion, right? But it's belonging. That I think if I was just going to make something up, which, I'm making stuff up here, so might as well. The idea of belonging, which is the the mime, feels like they belong without any qualification, right? That they belong on their own terms, not as an exception, but as a person. Does that make sense? I'm kind of, playing with this as I go. But I have kind of talked about this stuff before. So, trying to get at moving from not accepting to belonging. Now, as has been indicated, what if my belief system doesn't provide me to feel this belonging? Oh, thank you for the clip. Saves me from having to do it. Well, this is where we have laws that dictate certain levels of at least inclusion, acceptance. I mean, belonging is something you have to do. The government can't make you do that. The government can make you tolerate, can make you, accept and include, right? The government can make you do that. We can pass laws that say you can't discriminate against mimes even though you want to. We can pass federal, state, local legislation. Companies can have policies that you, right, tolerate and include. Doesn't mean you accept, doesn't mean that they belong. You can tolerate, accept, include, but it doesn't mean they belong. Belonging is more of a social thing, I would say. Belonging is more of a social thing, where that's where it's more, I would say, full acceptance, but it's acceptance, not just, that these folks exist, not just that they're around. Some of my best friends are mimes, but that there's a belonging that is created in which people feel accepted and comfortable and part of the group. And I would say even like the identity of being a mime might melt away, and they're no longer seen as being a mime. I think that's the point about it, belonging I'm trying to get at. They're no longer seen as being a mime. They're seen as being who they are, or as other things. That identity doesn't become the prominent feature of that person's existence.